Welcome to Mercy's Designs. My name is Mercy and I sell Stampin' Up! Products. In today's tutorial, I would like to show you how I made this little satchel. This will hold a tea bag and Ghirardelli chocolate inside, or you could put a gift card inside. So this would slip into this pocket. So I'll open it up so you can see how it looks inside. And this is a great stocking stuffer. I made something similar last year and it was very popular. So I think it's really cute and practical in a way too. All right, to get started, we are going to bring in our stamping trimmer, and this is the dimensions for the treat bag, treat satchel. The base is 3 inches by 8.5, and you score at 4 1/8. So you score 2 times, and instead of complicating it and figuring out how long, where you would score it again and all that, I just like to turn it. It also makes it a little bit more accurate, I think. So I just score, and that's all the scoring. So the next part is you're going to need some kind of punch, and you could use a circle punch, or you can use this trio punch, which works absolutely perfectly for this. So you want to do it in the center. I kind of line up, I look here and here and try to center that to get it accurate. So there we go. And then we're going to turn this and corner around all the 4 corners. So this is it's both pretty easy, but this is obviously slightly easier because you don't have to, you just feel for it. And you don't have to do anything extra. And I didn't get that one correctly, so it does help to look actually. So, all right, so the next part will be to go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. So I am going to bring in some scratch paper, and we're going to bring in the Delicata. Now the stamp set, the primary stamp set is Cup of Cheer. And then I also used our Cup of Christmas, which is this, and then the Cup of Cheer are the dies. But I also brought in so many stars to add this little speckling, which it is stars, but you could use any like speckle stamp. This Delicata works excellent. I'm really impressed by it. And the dry time is very minimal. So I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp, and you can do as much or as little as you want, but obviously the center will be covered, so I'm not too concerned about that. All right, so that looks good. We're going to let it dry for a minute while we work on the pocket. So with the pocket, you want to make sure you stamp it before you add the foam adhesive strips. So here are my foam adhesive strips. I'll just go ahead and bring that in. But I have this Enjoy, and I also have my little cup. Now, I wanted to quickly go ahead and adhere this. This is part of the die set, and I have adhesive strip on the back. So what I typically do is just pull these waste off. So it goes pretty quickly. Some of it will come off when you're pulling off the adhesive. So, but you want to make sure you take out those center ones because you want it showing through the green. And I like this idea because using this gold shimmer paper with the shaded spruce, because we have ribbon and the catalog that matches. So in the holiday catalog, they have the spruce / gold ribbon that goes perfectly with this. So now I like to go ahead and push down a little with one of my blocks. It just helps it adhere a little better. So the next part you'll want to do is kind of like a dry layout. So I will stamp this, and in the early Espresso, Enjoy, and this is all off-centered. I kind of like that look. I did, with the first one, I did the Delicata, but I felt like it was a little too faint in joy. So this one I wanted to make a little bolder. All right, so the next part is coloring. And the blends I'm going to use are the Poppy Parade both and the shaded Spruce, actually just the dark one. So I'm going to probably speed this up so you don't have to watch too much. All right, so here it's all colored, and I like to go ahead and pop this up, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And you want to leave a little bit here to be able to tuck this in, but it doesn't need a lot of space, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to add one here and then cut off a little strip for that the handle. Every part of the dimensional I like to use. So why not just take off these backings. This is, as I was saying, this will be a really great stocking stuffer. So I would definitely encourage you to give it a shot. It's actually pretty quick and fun. You could make it, they also have stamps in this set, so you could do different things. It just gives you an idea. All right, so here we're going to do this, and I'm just going to slip in the one. I made a little bit of a boo-boo there, but it'll be covered. I'm going to make sure of it. All right, so just a little bit of Tombow, and we're going to slip this in. And there we go. All right, so I just like it poking out, kind of. And the next part is the adhesive strips. Oh, I have them here. And you will need your gift card. This is a used one, so I like to use it to hold it down. It will really help you. Even if you are only going to use tea bags, this is a great pattern to have to hold it in place, as you'll see in a sec. So I like to actually kind of push it up against it and have it right on the seam. So it kind of serves as a guide as well, as you can see. And then I'm just going to take this one off altogether. So again, you want to make sure that you don't make it too tight. You want a little bit of wiggle room. And I'm just going to make sure I have the right direction, which I do. That would not be good. I've done that before. So just going to get this bottom one on. And these strips are super easy. I just cut them to size. They come in these long things, and I just cut them to size, and it works perfectly. They're a little bit thicker than the dimensionals, just an FYI. So if you were wondering about that, they are a little bit thicker. Okay, so I'm just going to get this prepared, and we're going to now bring back in our base, and you can see it's completely dry. It just stays, it's just really nice compared to the shimmer paint, like took longer to dry. Let's put it this way. So this is better for stamping, and of course it comes in the stamp pad, which is great. Okay, so I'm just kind of, it's a little bit of a base there, but you don't have to worry too much to have it. I don't have it so it stands up. You would have to make it wider if you did want that. Plus it would be a little imbalanced. So we're going to go ahead and do a little stamping on the inside. And I have a piece, a stitch nested die, and I think this is the third smallest or something like that. And I'm just going to quickly color this one. This is the dark I'm using right now, and I'm just going to do half in the dark and more or less half in the lighter. And hope that comes out. That's why I brought this lighter one over. I wasn't sure. I'm like, why did I bring the lighter? And now I remember. So quick to forget. But I didn't show you how I stamped this, but I'll just show you the little stamp. It's right here, and I just stamped it 2 times. I turned it and stamped it again. It's very simple. I wanted a little bigger, and that's one way to add a little bit more space, if you will, to cover more space, because this particular stamp, the Poppy Parade the sentiment that I chose, which is Sweet Christmas Wishes, has a lot of white space if you don't have something else. So I thought this would be cute, and I like the Sweet Christmas Wishes because it's just a nice thing for, it kind of is more general than a cup of cheer, I thought, but I want to be able to have this for a gift card, or the, of course, okay, I'm going to pop this up, or the gift card or the tea bag, and this goes for both. And of course, the candy inside definitely suggests that. So I'm just going to put this up here, center it as best I can, which I didn't stamp this real straight, but do better than me, okay? All right, so now I'm going to bring in the Ghirardelli chocolate. Here we have our wonderful Ghirardelli, and I have these oversized glue dots. You can use 2 regular ones, but I kind of want to use these up because I truthfully have very little use for the full-size ones like this. So being able to use them is definitely a good thing right now. And I just like to tuck these in, kind of, and then center this, and it will be somewhat supported. You have to be careful not to crack your candy. See that one? It doesn't want to stay under, but it's okay even if it doesn't. But the glue dot will definitely hold it still. So the next part is the pocket, and what I suggest here is flip this forward like this if you already filled it. If you didn't, I could have done the other way first too. But it doesn't really matter. Either way, you kind of want to be prepared if you forget one way, that you can do it both ways. So I just want to try to make this as straight as I can, and I have it a little bit off. So that's why it's good not to push it down, and just try to center it as best as you can. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so here we have our pocket, and as you can see, you can put a gift card in, and that's perfect. You want to make sure you put this far enough down that it doesn't inhibit that, which it doesn't. Maybe I could have gone down just a smidge though. Or you can put your tea bag in. So you have the tea bag here. And then the final step is to add our ribbon. And this is the 3/8 shaded spruce ribbon. And look how perfectly this goes together. Love it. So you want probably a piece about, okay, sorry, I didn't bring my other good scissors. These snips work well, but they're not the best for ribbon unless you keep one dedicated to it. So I'll clean that up before I take a picture. Just so it's a little better. I thought I had my red handled ones here, but I didn't. But as you can see, this just goes perfectly. So you can just tie it any way you want. And there you have it. Like, you can have it like that and just kind of hanging down, or you could do something more like it's standing up. But I kind of like the hanging down look. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. We'll give this a try. I think this is just really adorable and actually quite practical. It'll make a great gift. I think a stocking stuffer. And here's my original. You can see how this one I was able to get this tucked in a little better. But I really think this is great. Anyway, if you have any stamping needs, please email me at meonce3@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help you place an order with the host code. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I always love hearing feedback from people. And thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to watch me, and happy stamping.